Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Time now to check in on some of the stocks on the move. I'm Stephen Carr with Lizzie Burden, and our equities reporter Joe Easton has a look at the stocks to watch this morning. Joe, let's start with the news out of some drug makers today.
Yes, so Novo Nordisk, firstly, it's a pretty difficult one to gauge, actually, the stock gaining around 5%. The company did downgrade its sales guidance, so it's predicting sales up around 20%. That's pretty well below what analysts were expecting. However, the stock is gaining. Now, a lot of this seems to be due to the fact that competition for its main obesity drugs is potentially going to subside later this year, according to analysts. So the company's faced a lot of competition for its GLP-1 drugs, where we're seeing kind of copycats in the US made by other companies coming in and cutting the market. So it's had a few traders scratching their heads this morning because most of them are calling it lower on that competition worry, but the stock gaining potentially just people were kind of pricing this in ahead of the report. The stock had fallen around 50% over the past year. So potentially it's kind of priced in, but Novo actually outperforming and giving us all a bit of a difficult morning today.
And you're also watching the shipping stocks, Joe.
So shipping, this is another strange one because shipping stocks are lower today. This is after Trump said that the US will stop striking Houthi rebels after Oman brokered a deal. Now, the rebels had, of course, been hitting ships travelling through the Red Sea in retaliation because of the war that's going on in the Middle East. Now, Trump announcing last night that the US strikes will stop. And that means that potentially ships will be able to begin passing through the Suez Canal at some point and avoid that long journey around Africa, and therefore shipping rates come down. Shipping companies charge less for transporting goods but actually make less of a profit in doing so. Therefore, AP Moller Maersk down around 6%, one of the worst performing stocks in European trading today.
What else are you watching today, Joe?
So I'm watching BMW because BMW actually, again, it's another one that's really it's kind of keeping me in a job, really, because it's going the wrong way to what everyone expected it to do. Now, BMW reporting sales down around 20% in the last quarter. Everyone said it was really negative. This is because of competition over in China. But actually, the stock is actually around 3.5% higher at the moment. Analysts writing over at Jefferies that essentially, while the capital expenditure does look high at the company, the margins are actually holding up. So despite a drop in sales due to all those cheap electric vehicles coming in from China, taking the market share, the margins are looking pretty strong as they rein in their capex spending. So BMW stock gaining around 3% today, one of the best performers in the autos this morning.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.